Hello, everyone. It is the only show that knows exactly what you need when you lack some entertainment in your life. We don't just bring you the stories, we dissect, chew up, and have intellectual conversations on them. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tea Time on PlusTvAfrica with Ife Omai. How are you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, how's your weekend?
Fine.
Yeah. Oh, you like the sound, right? Sounds really nice. So what'd you do? What'd you get up to?
What did I do this weekend? I went home, saw my family, went out, went to W Bar yesterday. It was fun. It was fun. We were the noisiest table.
Nice.
I like the friends that were there. I don't know what happened to those girls yesterday, but the energy
They were
was,
elite, right?
like, I was just looking like, okay.
I think that's the best, especially when you have lead people around you and you're about to get lead and you're like the sane one.
Yeah.
That you're the noisy one. You're not like,
exactly.
What's going on with everybody?
Usually I was like, okay, let's dance. This one, they were like singing all the songs. Everybody was like, it was amazing.
Great.
And we
great.
finished early as well. Like, W Bar shuts down.
Yeah.
They follow protocol as well. Good job, by the way.
Great.
So, they finished early and we went home early. So it felt like a really responsible way of having fun. Like, I genuinely had fun, but I was back home early enough to have enough rest for work and stuff. So that was really cool. Usually if you have fun like that, you have to sacrifice
sleep and all that.
Yeah, so that was nice. What
That's
about you?
good. Mine was amazing. Yes. The weekend was nice. Friday wasn't a lot to write them about, but the weekend
What
was
happened
nice.
Friday?
Nothing I want to share on TV. At least I know I have no secrets, but not this one.
Okay.
So yeah, so Friday wasn't ended right, but Saturday and Sunday amazing. I got time. I had time to spend with my girlfriend, so that was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. All right. So cool. Let's just get into the business of the day. Yeah, because a lot happened over the weekend, and
Too
I think we
much.
should, touch on a few we can, and then we'll do to be continued tomorrow. Right? Anyways, father of South African rapper, aka his late girlfriend Nelli Tembe, has debunked the reports that she committed suicide in a letter read by businessman Sandile Zungu. Tembe said his daughter was neither suicidal nor did she commit suicide. Anela's father categorically stated that Anele was neither suicidal nor did she commit suicide because, as a matter of priority, deal with the scourge that bedevils our youth, alcohol, which is overused, and drugs. Fellow South Africans, we better wake up and smell the coffee. We have a serious problem with substance abuse, he wrote. I cannot allow an unfortunate narrative to go unchallenged, a narrative that irks me to no end. That is, Anele was chronically suicidal. All I can say is until Anele turned 21, not a single member of her family, my family, would have associated her with suicide. So I think what he's trying to say is that substance abuse was what led to numerous suicide, or was it numerous? 3 times, right? Yes, it's
I only know about one, for sure.
Then this one that took a life.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2, right? So to the few times she tried to take a life. So and depression comes with drug abuse. So I think that's what he's trying to say.
But that makes no sense. Because if your drug abuse leads you to suicide, then you're suicidal. Not every drug abuse leads you to suicide. You have a suicidal problem, wherever the source is coming from. Whether it's drugs, whether it's inherited, whether it's whatever reason.
No.
It's still suicidal issues. You know what I mean? The minute you want to try and kill yourself, for whatever reason, it's suicidal. So I don't know if he's saying that the rumors are not true, as in like she was on the roof for another completely different reason. Maybe she had schizophrenia. Maybe it's not that she actually wants to kill herself. Maybe she's just like,
I think
know.
it's just talking about drugs generally, that this has something to do with a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol abuse, and this puts everybody that was around at that time, in what's it called now? They're not all suspects because everybody.
Honestly speaking, I don't really believe the dad. I know it's crazy because he's the father, but remember I told you the last story that I used to be on her story. This girl talks about depression a lot.
What if it's okay? So I did a little bit of research because I wanted to know why they were talking about drugs in this context. So the thing with drugs is that once it starts fading off, the people tend to start thinking of suicide, suicidal thoughts and stuff like that, and they start getting depressed. What if it is that phase of soberness that made her want to do all of these things till she got succeeded in one? So some people are not even suicidal, but the moment they don't have access to drugs anymore, they start thinking of suicide. They start thinking of taking their lives.
Yes, you're complicating matters. Suicide is suicidal, somebody that wants to kill themselves for whatever reason. There's levels, yes. There's some people that don't take any drugs, they're sober-minded, and they just think about, it doesn't matter what kind of variance you're on or spectrum, it's suicidal thoughts. People have that from failed marriages, or maybe when they lose someone, and it's a phase, and in that phase, they are called suicidal. So whether or not the end results and what got there, but he's saying that she's not suicidal at all. So that means that every time she was we saw her climbing on a building, she wasn't trying to kill herself. You see why it's hard to believe the man. Is he saying that the reason, the real cause here isn't that she had depression and suicidal thoughts, but it's that she actually had drug problems? That makes sense. But that suicide was not the reason. It's suicide when you take
I think now that you put it that way, I want to believe that's what he's trying to say.
Right.
That's, look, that's why he said till she was 21.
She's 22, so he's been...
So when was our first attempt was last year, I guess? Yes, so till she was 21. So maybe that was when she started dabbling into drugs. Do you understand? So we wouldn't have thought she was suicidal till she started taking drugs.
No, the man...
I think it's all beginning to make sense.
If you say till she was 21 and she tried to kill herself last year, it means that from last year...
Yeah, she's been suicidal. Yeah, so
what are we contradicting here?
He's saying that all her life she was not suicidal until she started dabbling into drugs.
Till she was suicidal.
Because she dabbled into drugs.
Exactly. But he's taking away suicide. But that is the thing. For me, it felt like denial, and I cannot fault that. I do that too as well. We're like, even when it's not as deep as death, if somebody does something or loses something, I try not to talk about it or accept that that's the reason why that person is there. And this thing is very, very unfortunate. This is a very sad story. And I think the father is also trying to advocate for the real issue as well, which is that she had drug issues. That's something that we didn't know before. So if he's saying that drug issues is the cocoa of the matter, that's the devil that she was fighting, and as a result of the drug issue, like you already mentioned, as a result of the drug issues, she now then had suicidal thoughts. That makes a lot of sense because then she's not a suicidal patient. There's people who just have that thought, and you see all of them on that spectrum. It still goes down to the mental health, family, in my opinion. This just shows that our youths are going through things, right? And there needs to be more conversations around that. The fact that has never come up with her drug abuse, whatever, it still shows that there's stigmatization going on because she should have been able to freely be able to say this is my issue and get the help that she needs.
Not in Africa.
Yes, exactly. So I hope that we start to get to that level where you see a 21-year-old with drug issues. That's really early.
Did you see Lil Nas's mom on the street begging? And then people were saying, how can Lil Nas's mom be on the street begging and all of that? Then his father came out to defend that, look, none of us can help her right now. She's an addict. Do you understand? There's no amount of money you throw into such situation that will be enough.
No, they can get a house now. They could get her a rehabilitation center, put it in there.
Well, maybe they've tried. Maybe she's always leaving. She's old enough and of same mind to say, I need to go.
Yeah, but there is government overrule that if you're not functioning properly, the government can actually
What if she's functioning properly?
She's begging on the street. How does that sound functional to you?
Well, that's the one we saw. Do you understand? You don't know what happens after that.
Your family can also say that I don't believe you're in the right frame of mind. They do that, especially abroad. You can even do that with your parents.
So you didn't see that controversy with Lil Nas?
Didn't.
Oh wow, that was crazy though. So I think it's something that a lot of people, and then with DMX as well, all of it. I think it's now time for us to actually talk about the drug issue because what else did I see? I think I saw Benga Day in Carter first or somebody that said NDLEA. There was this girl, that took some drugs and she was sitting on the floor, and the guy that was trying to get her some help was rather fondling her breast. Do you understand? All in the name of I'm helping you. He was fondling her breast, and you could hear guys in the background screaming, press on where, make your eye clear, press on where.
What the heck?
Do you understand that kind of thing? So everybody's not advocating like, look, drug issues, and this also takes me to CDQ. So many things to talk about when it comes to
drugs.
CDQ's issue that released a statement saying that he was not in possession of any variant of cannabis, blah blah blah. And
they changed them out now.
In my head, I'm like, no, he was the one who released a statement that it wasn't found, not NDLEA.
Okay.
You understand? But in my head, I'm like, these musicians come out holding whatever brown paper they have on their hand.
It could be tobacco effect.
It could be, right? Okay, maybe it is.
It could be tobacco.
But you and
I don't know anything. I know that it could be tobacco.
Anyways, I just think it's beginning to look like it's a normal thing to do in this part of the world, and then you now see kids also doing it at a very early age, and I think that's where the problem really lies. When you're not old enough to even decide if that's what.
But in your high school, did you talk about drugs in your high school? I didn't. Yeah, so I think that conversation needs to start happening. Yeah. I think people need to understand that this world is a lot more advanced and it's speeding a lot faster. Like, I only knew that people started taking drugs and that there's something that can make you feel some type of way when you take it in university. So people are having that in primary school now. People are saying that they started smoking cigarettes from when they were in primary 6 or GS1 or things like that. So I think we need to start having that conversation. We've kind of caught up with sexual stuff. Like now from a young age, like primary school, uncle should not touch you, all that kind of stuff, right? Like house girl should not touch you. They're having a conversation about desensitizing the idea of like, don't talk about sex with your kids. Like we're getting there, but we need to get there with drugs now, I think. Put it in school syllabuses. This is what it does to your system. I don't think people fully understand.
I know the story of a guy when I was in high school, and we were in SS3 then. He had what's it called now, altercation with the housemaster because it was the boarding house, and the housemaster was saying, oh, he could perceive marijuana on the guy, and the guy was like, no, that he didn't smoke, and they kept running around and stuff. Now, at the end of the day, the case got to the principal's office, and this guy, even though we, the students, we knew that he actually went to get high, right? This guy said he has never seen it, and the principal back that even me, if I see it, how will I know? If I smell it, how will I know? And they make the housemaster write him an apology letter. Now, that's to show you that the denial state of, parents and, people in power that just want to believe that you are too young to know what these things are. Because if it was right now that we were having that conversation and not about 15 years ago, right? Maybe somebody will be like, come on, how would you tell me you have never seen it before? You get, those are the conversations to be had. So I just remembered when you said, did I talk? And I realized that, no, I didn't. Even the principal didn't want to believe we knew a thing about drugs. Yeah. Do you understand?
Or maybe that guy's dad just used to donate a lot for inter-house sports, so he just wanted to wrap things up.
Well, no, I don't think that was the case. The case was just, how can you accuse this young man of taking marijuana? He's too young. How will he even know what it looks like or what it smells like?
Now I accuse her. If I hear anything, even if it's primary school, I know that it's legit.
It's possible.
Yes, it's a possibility.
Anyways, let's move on to the next story, right?
Ready.
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
All right. So Nigerian singer Simi has condemned those coming to social media to seek validation. She told her fans to love themselves. In her words, yo, love yourself as you are. It's great to do things for yourself that you want. But the moment you become consumed with looking or presenting yourself a certain way, so people that honestly truly don't care about you on social media can tell you are popping, it's only downhill from there, because you keep on giving us parts of your true self until there's nothing left. It's human nature. Please, I beg you, let the most vulnerable version of you be enough. Love yourself, validate yourself, because you are enough. You will always be enough. There's nothing wrong with doing something that makes you happy. Just make sure it's your approval you care about, not random people's.
I agree.
Oh, now you do.
What does that mean?
Remember when I told you that validation most of the time is like, well, you said, oh, sometimes you just want to hear from other people.
Yeah, other people, not social media.
Social media. But no, your validation is all you need. You really don't need anybody's validation.
Is that true?
I can remember
is that true? It is remotely not true.
I think it is
impossible.
Look,
let me tell you, biologically speaking,
it is
as an individual, you cannot survive. It is biologically impossible for an individual, a human being, to survive on their own. Do you know? Do you know that we are inherently...
Survival
let me
validation
finish.
is different.
Inherently, you are a social being, meaning that your very what's it called, existence is interconnected with the other person next to you.
I'm an antisocial being.
Antisocial and social being is very, very different. That's the reason why you cannot just appear on your own. You come through someone, there's already a bond, whether or not you like it. Everybody wants at least their mother's validation. And then if she gives birth to more people, you want some kind of interconnected relationship with these people that they've given birth to. So that's already family unit validations. And then you leave your family and you go to work and you go with friends and you bond with these people. There's no English one to speak from now to tomorrow. The only thing I'm saying that I agree to is the balance of it. And then social media is a completely different world. Very different world where there's a bunch of strangers, billions of strangers who have zero to little impact on your actual life, except you're an influencer or something, you're making money from there or whatever. It depends on how you're using it. But for the most part, people don't really care who you are on social media. But best believe that if I post something and my close friend, doesn't like it or like interacts with it, and I know that the person has seen it, for example, I want to know what's up. Well, it depends. But I want to know what's up. Like, or let's say I tag her. I tag my best friend in a picture, for example. Yeah. Like, and I say, okay, you've been there from I say happy birthday, and she does not reply. That's a validation that I would be seeking. Like, is everything okay? Yeah. So it is this conversation. You cannot do a clean cut. I don't need. It is a lie.
But at the end of the day, when people say give your true self on social media, now I could decide to wake up in the morning and take a picture, but it's not Instagram worthy. Do you understand? But I could go to a very nice place and I say, oh, the setting is nice, and I take that picture. Does that make me fake? The fact that I'm not posting a certain picture and I choose to
Why don't you walk into the office with what you woke up this morning?
Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah. Like, exactly. So all these things of you're keeping it fake on social, I don't really believe in it, because I think that social media is especially
a public space. You
especially
have to package.
Instagram, where it is pictures, and they say pictures say 1,000 words, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to actually communicate to you through my picture, I want to give you the best.
Yes, it depends on what I'm communicating.
It's just normal. So when people say, oh, you fake, oh, because I'm taking a picture in a friend's car, that makes me fake. If my friend has a nicer car than I do and is driving a Rolls Royce with the stars and all of that, guy, I'll take picture. And I'll post it, like, especially if I'm driving.
Yeah, I think those things, those intents are good. It depends on you as a person. I think where the line starts crossing and blurring a bit. When you start
claiming things are not yours.
No, I don't give a shit about that. No, it's even when now that you are... I think Instagram has an addiction. It does, actually. I don't know if you've seen all these movies and documentaries about what social media... So social media brings out that dopamine hormone in your system, meaning that it stirs up cravings in you, right? So if you started with 10 likes, then you want to keep that 10 likes, and then you post another picture and you get 50 likes. You're like, oh, then you see that picture, you want to do more so you can keep up with that 50. And then you do something else, it gets to 100. And yeah, so it can
But does it happen to you where you don't get enough likes as your previous post and you're wondering why you don't have...
Yeah, I do wonder. But I think for me, what has really saved me, because I know that I am addicted to my social media, meaning in the sense that, like, I want to know what's going on. I want to keep connected in other people's lives, just because I can't see them. So I know I'm addicted in that sense. But I think what has saved me from not entering that rabbit hole of, like, overly attached to my social media is, like, because I'm lazy, actually. I'm too lazy to keep up with, like, why did they know? So it comes in my thoughts, and then I'm like,
not them now.
That's it. I move on. Like, sometimes if I put a lot of effort into a picture and I don't get as much engagement or something, I'll ask a friend. Was that picture,
Sure.
whatever. And then
sometimes
stop.
I even want to take it down.
Okay, I've not reached there.
Sometimes I even want to take it down. Like, how can I get so many likes in the previous one that is not even as fine as this one?
Yeah, exactly. Because you think, that's a nice picture.
wondering, like, come on, this is a nice picture. Why do people not like it?
I think two things. I think I started social media a bit late. I think people who are a bit... The ones I've seen that are really bad, if it, like, they get proper depressed, suicidal. They start really young as well. That's the problem, or they've been there for too long, or it's their source of income. The influencers are a bit like, jeez. I hung out with an influencer, I think it was last weekend. I was like, I'm not doing this again. Every single thing had to be taken. We cannot just walk. Oh, I felt like where I walked now was really nice. Okay, go back. Let me do it and walk again. And then, then we sit down. The food is up. Before the food comes, we get no.
She's telling them, please walk back, bring it, and then she's filming.
And I took a picture like this. Oh, then maybe there's a picture with her having her head to the side. Oh, let's have it again because I want to have it to the side. Like, it's now a bit too. And the more effort that you put into it, the more reward you want. So then your likes become a lot more important, because if I did that effort and you don't like my picture, I'll send it to everybody. Like now, because I put too much work into it. So you've got to be careful. But I think I'm just one of those really lucky people that I don't know if it's the make or my personality or whatever. I just don't care that much.
I think I'm that type of person. So I don't care that much, but I care a little.
I care
absolutely. A little.
And I want progression as well, but I don't want it aggressively.
Then the pressure that also comes with it. So I shared my handle to somebody. It's at Mystifyer, guys, in case you want to follow me. Yes, so you can follow MYSTWEPHYA. Yes, Mystifyer. So I shared my handle to somebody, and the person picked up a phone and she followed me and she was like, what happened there? And I'm like, how? What happened? She said, yeah, just like 3,000 something followers. And I'm like, so? He said, I was expecting like 30 something K based on who you are. And I'm like, it don't matter how many followers I have. It's the quality of people that follow me.
It's a lie, If I give it 5,000 followers, now would you not be happy?
I rather go. Have you seen my followers? You can go through my followers list. I have mostly big people, you know, and I'm following just like 700 and something people. So the quality of my followers, the quality of the people that like my pictures, there's no way you see a picture and you don't see like 5 celebrities liking that same picture you like. You get what I mean? So it's the quality.
So for you, that's a validation.
Yeah, that's a validation I like.
Okay.
You get, so we all have our different levels to this addiction thing when it comes to social media. Mine is how many celebrities liked it. I'm just saying, but people just want regular people.
Me now.